He and I met in college. He was trying to get me to give him a chance all throughout college, and I kept saying no. But last night when he was giving his speech as the best man, I was feeling so nostalgic, and I was kind of feeling a little bit of regret. I was like, you know, I kind of have this feeling that he was the one that got away. The thing that I wanted the entire time was in front of me the whole time.
Let me translate this word salad for you. She isn't feeling nostalgic. She's feeling panic. She realized the guy she treated like a doormat in college actually made something of himself, while she spent her prime years chasing guys who didn't care about her. Now that the party is over and the lights are coming on, she suddenly realizes the safety net she cut loose is worth something. It's not regret, sweetheart. It's buyer's remorse on your own poor decision-making.
Fortunately, I am no better than any of the emotionally unavailable men that have ever broken my heart, because I too used to be extremely emotionally unavailable. And I can now say that I truly understand why men will come back to one specific woman over and over again, because the one that got away, it's real. And maybe I'm generalizing here. I know that men go back to women for other reasons, but I choose to believe that some of them actually are just emotionally unavailable and get afraid to commit to someone and push that person away.
Notice how she tries to frame her rejection of him as some deep, complex, emotional unavailability. Give me a break. You weren't afraid to commit. You just thought you were too good for him. Her eyes are completely glazed over. The lights are on, but nobody's home. She's trying to rewrite history to make herself the victim of her own psychology, rather than admitting she was just shallow. She's projecting her own failures onto men to make herself feel better about fumbling the bag.
Which is exactly what I did when I was 25 years old. So I was at my friend's wedding last night, and the best man at her wedding was actually the first man that I have ever had any sort of relationship with in my adult life. He and I met in college. He was trying to get me to give him a chance all throughout college, and I kept saying no. And then a few years after college, I finally decided to give it a go. So this man was pursuing me hard, but me, being the 20-something-year-old I just viewed him as a friend.
Let's cut the fluff. You viewed him as a friend because you weren't attracted to him, period. But now that the fun is over, the bad boys have stopped calling, and your options are drying up faster than a puddle in the Sahara, suddenly the nice guy is looking like a gourmet meal. That isn't maturity. That is desperation. An emotionally available, high-value woman doesn't wait until she's exhausted all other options to finally look at the guy who actually treated her right.
And because of that reason, I just couldn't view him as anything else. But anyways, this man saw me and still sees me to this day exactly the way that I strive to be seen by a partner. I just didn't realize it at the time. He could read me like nobody else, and I would barely even tell him anything, but he just somehow saw right through my soul. And that's exactly the kind of relationship that I'm looking for.
You can smell the entitlement through the screen. She talks about this man like he's a utility, a mirror meant to reflect her own ego back at her. She didn't want him. She wanted the validation he provided. And now she's shocked that men don't want to sign up to be a backup plan for a woman who ignored them for a decade. It is not a man's job to wait around in the wings, cheering you on while you ignore him, just hoping you'll eventually pick him when you're ready to settle down. That is an insult to his self-respect.
But when I was 25 years old, I was not self-aware to the level that I'm at now. I had done absolutely zero healing work. I had no idea why I was terrified of this man getting close to me and actually wanting to get to know me as a person. And this is the really difficult thing about emotional unavailability, is there's a part of you that really enjoys being with that person, but at the same time there's a part of you that is trying to pull away so bad.
Here come the therapy buzzwords to cover up the fact that she was just shallow. I wasn't self-aware. I needed healing. Please, you weren't terrified of intimacy. You were terrified of settling for a guy you didn't think was cool enough for you at the time. You didn't pull away because you were damaged. You pulled away because you thought you could do better. And now that you realize you can't, you're trying to repackage your regret as some deep spiritual journey. It's not a journey. It's a dead end.
Even though you know deep down that this person is really good for you. And that's exactly what I was doing. He made me feel really safe. He made me feel really seen. But for some reason, I just couldn't allow myself to fully commit. So ultimately I ended it. I self-sabotaged it, and I kept looking for reasons as to why things couldn't work out between him and me. Luckily we didn't end on bad terms. We still will catch up to this day.
We still catch up to this day. Translation: She kept him on the bench just in case the starting lineup fouled out. This isn't self-sabotage. It's pure selfishness. She had a man who made her feel safe and valued, and she dumped him because safe didn't give her the dopamine hit she was addicted to. She broke his heart, wasted his time, and now pats herself on the back for remaining friends so she can still extract validation from him whenever she feels lonely. It's predatory behavior masquerading as friendship.
But last night when he was giving his speech as the best man, I was feeling so nostalgic, and I was kind of feeling a little bit of regret. I was like, you know, I kind of have this feeling that he was the one that got away. Because now that I'm more mature, now that I've done more work on myself, now that I have so much more life experience than I did when I was 25 years old, I'm realizing that the thing that I wanted the entire time was in front of me the whole time. I just didn't see it because I didn't know at the time that that was what I needed.
Let's be crystal clear. That man wasn't the one that got away. He was the one you threw away. There is a massive difference. You treated him like garbage. Now that you see him in a suit, being a best man, looking successful and stable, suddenly your maturity kicks in.
No, that's just you realizing you bet on the wrong horse. If she had actually done the work, she'd leave that poor man alone instead of fantasizing about ruining his peace again.
But loyalty is a foreign concept to these types, as we're about to see.
Wait, why don't you guys just come to Miami?
I'm broke. I'm a college student.
I'll obviously fly you guys out.
Can we come? Yes.
I'll put you guys...
We would so go.
Hold on, I'll call my jet guy right now. You want me to put you on a jet right now? Hold on, let me call him. His name's Isaac. Let me call him real quick.
Easy.
Are you guys actually down or no, you're not?
I'm actually down.
You guys are...
No,
okay.
Easy peasy.
You guys are down? Okay.
We'll do anything. Me and Elena, like besties, we'll go anywhere.
Watch how fast her moral compass evaporates the second she hears private jet. We'll do anything. Yeah, we know. This is the modern state of loyalty. It has a price tag, and apparently it's the cost of a flight to Miami. She is literally vibrating with excitement to ditch her life and jump on a plane with a stranger just for the clout. But wait, it gets worse. Watch the mental gymnastics when he asks the one question that matters.
All right, let me call my jet guy. Wait, but you have a boyfriend though.
Well, okay. Well, they're not together. We're not together.
Oh, you sure you're not together?
I know they're not together. She's just stupid. Lauren!
Tell me the rundown. Tell me the real rundown here. Give me the rundown.
Did you hear that stutter? That was the sound of her integrity leaving her body. If that boyfriend called her phone right now, she'd pick up with, "Hey babe." But the second a streamer offers a private jet, suddenly it's "we're not together." It's pathetic. She would sell her relationship down the river for a crumb of clout and a mimosa in Miami. The friend jumping in to cover for her is even worse. Just a circle of enablers keeping each other delusional. This is exactly why men check receipts.
So me and the guy went on 6 dates, and after 6th date, he told me that if we're not going home together, we won't be seeing each other anymore.
Based.
I told him, okay, well, wait in the car. I'm gonna go up and clean up. I'll call you when I'm ready. Literally, I went home, showered, and went to bed.
She thinks this is a flex. I made him wait in the car. No, honey, you just proved you're a parasite. You dragged this man along for 6 dates, 6 dinners, 6 nights of his time, 6 withdrawals from his wallet, and gave him absolutely nothing in return. The moment he set a boundary and said, "I'm not being your meal ticket anymore," she vindictively punished him. It's not empowering to trick someone. It's sociopathic behavior from a woman who has never been told no in her life. If that guy was a Chad, she wouldn't have made him wait 5 minutes, let alone 6 dates.
I saw this creator on here say how for the right man, you have to do nothing at all. And for the wrong one, you will be doing everything and it will never be enough. And it's so true because when I first met my husband, I did not have to prove myself. I did not have to work for him. I didn't have to perform. Like, I didn't have to do absolutely anything. He just knew what he wanted and he pursued me. He put in the effort.
This is the most toxic advice on the internet, packaged as romance. For the right man, you have to do nothing? Are you kidding me? Imagine if a man said, for the right woman, I don't have to work. I don't have to plan dates. I don't have to provide. I just have to exist. She'd call him a bum. She is admitting out loud that she brings zero value to the table and expects to be worshipped just for breathing. If you aren't performing or working in a relationship, you aren't a partner, you're a pet. And clearly she found a guy with zero self-esteem who is willing to be her servant.
I just had to be there because as a woman, you should never have to prove your worth to anyone. You should never have to sit here and beg for someone to choose you because that is not the way that we're supposed to live. That's not the way that we're supposed to function. Men have always been the ones who have to prove themselves. They have to prove who they are. They have to earn your trust, earn your respect, earn your commitment. Men
Sounds like a
have
simp.
always had to offer something to you for you to, settle with them. It's never had to be the other way around.
This is narcissism disguised as empowerment. She believes men are born in debt to her, and she is the creditor, simply by virtue of existing. Men have to earn your respect, but I don't have to earn yours? Wrong. Respect and trust are a two-way street. If you think your only contribution to a relationship is showing up, you aren't a partner, you're a burden. A high-value man isn't going to earn the privilege of dragging a dead weight through life. He's going to find a woman who actually brings something to the table besides a pulse and an attitude.
No, because you know what I'm realizing? I actually, as much as I hate men, I do want a boyfriend because look at me. I need somebody to take me places in fall. What the fuck?
I lied. I want to fall in love. I want to have a crush on somebody. Ah!
Sorry, how many carats is this?
Oh, what do you mean how many carats is that?
I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be that many.
What do you mean?
It doesn't seem to be that many. It's not really that, shiny.
I hate men, but I need one to buy me things. At least she's honest about being a parasite. She explicitly admits she views men as walking ATMs to fund her lifestyle, while she offers nothing but contempt in return. And then we see the result of that mindset. Absolute, unbridled ingratitude. She gets a diamond bracelet and immediately starts squinting at it like a pawn shop appraiser. She doesn't care about the gesture. She only cares about the resale value.
Still a diamond bracelet.
Diamonds?
Yeah, it's diamonds. You wanted a diamond bracelet. I don't know how many carats it is. What a bozo.
It's not really the biggest diamonds ever. I mean, I can hardly see them.
What do you mean?
How many
What a simp.
carats is this?
I don't know. It was a diamond bracelet and it was a decent price, so I just bought it.
Okay, a decent price. That's for our anniversary. Your budget?
What do you mean? It was on sale.
If he really wanted to humble her, he'd ask her to define what a carrot actually is. I guarantee she thinks it's a vegetable. She has no idea what she's looking at. She just knows she wants more. She hears on sale and practically recoils, as if financial responsibility is a disease. This man is trying to do something nice within his means, and she's treating him like an employee who failed a performance review. This isn't a girlfriend. This is a leech demanding more blood, and she's about to prove exactly why she doesn't deserve a dime.
It was on the sale. You got me on the sale diamond bracelet for our anniversary. Are you serious?
Yeah, I also got Cartier as well for you.
Yeah, I mean, you did get me Cartier earrings.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
What am I gonna do with Cartier earrings? I don't need earrings. I need a watch or maybe
a watch. Do you know how much a watch costs? It costs like £10,000.
Well, it's our anniversary. I would have expected you to make an effort. I
didn't make an effort. This costs like £1,000, and the bracelet costs like £1,000.
This is not real.
What do you mean? It is real.
This is not real jewelry.
Did you hear that? I don't need earrings. I need a watch. You need oxygen and water. You want a 10,000-pound status symbol to show off to your friends. The man dropped $2,000 on gifts, and she has the audacity to say he didn't make an effort. To a woman like this, effort is synonymous with bankruptcy. If he isn't financially crippling himself to please her, she takes it as an insult. And let's be real, what did she get him for their anniversary? Probably a headache and a hard time.
I want to take you out to coffee for a first date. They don't like you.
Oh, here we are on this subject again.
They just want to see if you'll be there so they can come back and pick you up and play with you whenever they want. They want to be your pen pal. They want to reach out to you when they're feeling like they need some type of emotional connection and they need to remind themselves that they're still alive. But they don't actually want to take you seriously. They don't want to take you anywhere.
This logic is so backward it hurts. A man asks for a coffee date because he's smart. He is vetting you. He wants to see if you are actually interesting or if you're just a bore looking for a free lobster dinner. If you get offended by a low-stakes coffee date, you are admitting that you aren't there for the connection. You are there for the transaction. You're mad because you can't finesse a free meal out of him. A woman who actually likes you will meet you anywhere. A woman who wants to use you will demand you pay for her time up front. Here is the harsh reality. If everywhere you go it smells like *T, maybe it's time to check your own shoes. These women constantly constantly complain about emotionally unavailable men and cheap dates, yet they are the ones bringing zero value, zero loyalty, and zero gratitude to the table. They love the idea of being a victim because it absolves them of having to be a decent human being, but men are waking up and the free ride is over. It's funny how they call it misogyny when men simply have standards, but call it empowerment when they act like entitled brats. The game has changed. Men are realizing that peace of mind is worth more than a pretty face with a chaotic spirit. So let them make their TikToks and cry about unavailable men while they sit alone with their standards. Click the video on screen now for more. Peace.